Hello, everybody. My name is Darion, and people call me Darion when it's really Darion, but I'm used to it, so it's all right. But I'm here to give you guys somewhat of my life and things that's been helping me overcome, and I'm gonna start right here. So I came from Las Vegas, born and raised Las Vegas. I came out here once with Ray, aka my fiance, and she brought me to Okay. And she brought me to Fire God Church. Being out here, and I loved it because Pastor was like, he's actually being himself, but like at the same time, he's serious about what he's saying. So like, I was like, okay, this is where I want to be for real because I don't like name a name a pastor that you could just walk in the church and you could see him being goofy and still actually preaching the word. Like, who do you see doing that besides Pastor Steve? Nobody. Nobody. And like the fact that he was able to do all of that and be serious about everything, it was like, okay, I want to be here. But before I ever met God, truth be told, my life was a dump. And it sucks to say that because I grew up in a church home. Like, I grew up around my grandmothers, my mother, and with grandmas, you got to go to church either way it go. If you don't want to go, you gonna have to go. So I always had to go. Even if my mama wasn't going, I had to go, and I don't know why, but now I know why. And it was just crazy. Like, before I ever turned to God, I used to gang bang, but not like deep. I wasn't deep into it, but I was into it. Like, I was affiliated with it. And I used to carry unlicensed guns that wasn't mine. I used to fight a lot. I used to do stuff that I wasn't supposed to do. And like being with those old people just showed me so much, like too much. And I was I remember when I think I was like 13, no, not 13, like 15, 16. Yeah, 15, 16. And I went as far as making these little masks. And we was like, it was a whole bunch of my old associates, and we was making like little masks with the gang thing on it, and it had OMB on it, which had two meanings to it. Only my brothers. I'm sorry, I keep laughing,
So,
but
so you were a criminal?
no, no. I never got into the system. Never in my life. Never got into my system, but it was only my brothers and only my bloods. I don't know. It was only my bloods. And after going through so much in the streets, like, I used to lie to my parents. Like, I used to lie to my mom about what I was doing, and she still doesn't know that unless she finna watch this. And I know she is, and she gonna call me later, probably text me later, a big old paragraph, and I'm ready for it though. So that's what I asked for. And like, it was so much that they didn't know about until right now. And then I started making music about like the stuff that I used to do, like how cool I thought it was to be in the streets, how cool I thought it was to beat up on people for no reason.
Did you say old people?
No, no. I said beat up on people for no
He said
reason.
he beat up old people.
No, what? No, I would never. I would never. And then I started making music, started to rap about what I was doing in the streets and how cool I thought it was being in the streets. And then I ran with it all the way until mid 2023. Yeah, mid 2023 in July. Yeah, in July. And then I stopped. I started in 2018. Literally, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know where I thought I was gonna go with that, but I started 2018, and then I ended mid-July 2023. And it was just like I wanted to stop for some reason, and I completely stopped with all of that. I stopped with the music. I stopped with the gangbanging, being in the streets, doing all of that. I officially stopped 2023, and uh, I was, I was still going, but like I stopped messing with the people that got me to be into the streets. But I was still actually rapping about all of the stuff that I used to do. And then like I officially stopped when I had met Ray because I remember her telling me like she don't like listening to music with all the cussing and all the guns and all of that stuff in it. And I used to send it to her. I don't know if she listened to it or not. I hope she now I hope she didn't. But like when I sent it to her, I was hoping like, okay, I think she gonna like this. This hard right here. No, it's not. No, it's not. That is not cool. And then she was just telling me about how she didn't like it, and I was like that used to bug me a lot. That used to mess with me a lot because she was my girlfriend at the time. So like, if I'm not sending it to my mom just gonna listen to it because she my mom. I know that she gonna listen to it, but Ray has a choice to not listen to it, and I don't know if she did, but she's a great girlfriend because she was actually still supporting me in the times where I didn't need to be supported because what I needed to be doing was turning to God instead of doing all of that. And go ahead and get up. That's my beautiful baby. But yeah, and she was supporting me only because I was her boyfriend. So I was just like, okay, I like how that's going. And then I would send her songs. She would support me, all of that. And then like every time I made a song, it was like I would think about it so much, and it would stress me a lot. Cause like I know she don't like it, and she's still listening to it. Why am I sending her this if she doesn't like it? Why is she listening to it if she doesn't like it? And I was just like, I don't know. And then like a couple months later, she brought me here, and then that's when I met all of y'all, met the youth, met everybody. And then like when I came here, I actually liked it. I felt like this is where I need to be because I think God was showing me that this is where I need to be and this is where I need to change it because without him, where would I be? Because I seen everybody else performing and I was like, I've never performed a day in my life. Why am I here? I don't have nothing to do with none of this. God was showing me that my talents are for him and not for what I've been through. And I was just like, okay, I actually like it here. And my first time being here was actually great. I feel like I've been here years and I was only here one day. And I don't know how it felt like that, but I felt like that. And when I seen all the performances and all of the other stuff and hearing Pastor preach, it was crazy because it was my first time, like I kid everybody not, it was my first time actually understanding what a preacher was saying coming to this church because through all the churches I've been to, I really wasn't able to understand, but Pastor words just caught my attention so much, and I don't know how his words caught my attention so much. And I was just like, what if God told me to use my music for good purposes? And I was just like, okay, I'm done with all of that. After I came here, I literally threw all of that away, threw the whole life away. I said, forget it, threw the whole life away. I started reading the Bible more, and I started gaining knowledge from the Bible. Then I was like one day I was just sitting in my room and I just started like rapping about God, and I was like, I don't know how I'm doing this and I don't know where it's coming from, but it was happening. And I made my first Christian song 2023, and everybody heard it already. It was the God I Need You Now. I don't know if everybody remember it, but that was the song that I very first made. That was my first Christian song I ever made. And it's been such a blessing seeing how God can make you whole with just a bit of his grace, like a bit of his grace. Growing up, I also struggled with sexual sin, and that stopped around 2022 when I first started actually beginning and being like close to Ray. Like, I'm gonna just say this. I feel like if it wasn't for God and Ray, I would not be here and I would not be the better person I am now because she motivated me in so many areas that I don't even know. And it was just like, thank her, thank God, and thank everybody, like literally. And thank you. And when I had broke out of that, I had to realize, because I was still reading my Bible at the time, I had to realize that that was God that did that. I used to hold my head high like, I'm the one who broke out of that. I don't know the reason why I stopped doing that when really it was God that made me stop doing all of that, who brought me out of that. And like, life get harder and harder because like, I lost my pop March 18th in 2023, and I'm still trying to overcome that. But like, besides all of that, besides my mother-in-law, pop-in-law, besides both of them, like being actual parents to me, in real life, HD really been like my dog. Like I love that dude with all my heart, literally. I love that man, bro. Like I love that man with all my heart, bro. For real. Cause like without HD, I wouldn't even be on this stage right now. I wouldn't even be on this stage right now. And like my father always been in and out of my life, and it's just like I don't know why he was in and out of my life, but I don't know. I can't even speak about that because I don't know. And if that man right there, if HD was to be a dad, I'm telling y'all right now, that boy would be a great dad. That boy would be a great dad, bruh. Like, it took me time to realize that everything he's going over with me and everything he's trying to make me get better in is to make me a better person, make me a better man, because I'm not a little boy anymore. I have stuff to worry about. I have spiritual things to do. And but without God, none of these situations would be so good as they are because everybody goes through everything. Nobody's life is perfect. Everybody's going to go through something. And to go through something to get you where you're at, that's going to be hard because nothing is easy in life. Nothing is just given to you in life. And another thing I wanted to say is being here is just like such a blessing because who do you know can walk into a church, just get a card from pastor? Who do you know can just walk into a church and be like, oh, you can start rapping, you can start being on the worship team? Who gets that? Nobody gets that in church. Nobody. Nobody gets that in church. And without God, none of that would have happened. And I just want to say thank you to God and thank you for everybody in here. But